Remember, I'm Stephen Ridgway. The MSP provider of CTS has been hacked, and it's potentially impacted hundreds of law firms in the UK. So, the cyber attack that hit the managed service provider CTS potentially impacted hundreds of law firms around the UK. CTS is a trusted provider of IT services to the legal sector, as in trusted, as in regularly used, I think. It has announced that it is investigating a cyber attack, and the cyber attack has resulted in service outages. Unclear at the moment exactly the extent of this. However, legal services that they provide could well be, in fact, will be wide-ranging. I'm sure, but it could well be that through this, depending on the services that they're providing to law firms themselves may have been the actual target. MSSPs are commonly the focus these days because they have sort of centralized access to many clients. So don't go after the client, go after the MSSP. So CTS say they're working around the clock with the assistance of experts and they are confident they'll be able to restore services. It's unclear quite what data may have been affected by this. It's unclear whether this is ransomware. There's not very much in the way of details right now. However, Security Affairs website has picked up on this. If you're in the legal sector or you are a customer of CTS, it is worth being aware of this and being extra vigilant, looking to see that your systems have remained secure. So the NCSC and the US CISA, Cyber Security Infrastructure Security Agency, who've unveiled joint guidelines for secure AI system development. Only came across this today, although I think the document has been out for a little while. Definitely worth a read, not just if you are in the business of developing AI systems. I think it is also useful to understand what the framework is. If you are in data science, if you're a general developer, if you're managers or decision makers and risk owners within organizations, because AI is touching a lot of stuff. It may not be that your company is directly using or developing AI, but it may well be that part of your supply chain is in fact using some of this stuff. So definitely worth having a look. There is a link that takes you to the NCSC site, from where you can get an overview of the document. It covers secure design and development, secure deployment, and secure operations and maintenance. And there is a link there for download for the PDF, which is something that I shall be reading during the day. It isn't amazingly long. It's quite a manageable PDF, as are most publications from the NCSC. So definitely worth a read. And then finally, from me today, if you have ever been concerned about, on either side of the argument, around whether nation states are attempting to influence decisions being made or public opinion in the West, well, there's an interesting article in the Register this morning that talks about the fact that China has been offering foreign social media influencers access to the Chinese market, so access behind the the Great Firewall, um, on the condition that they spread Beijing's um, political propaganda, both within China and outside of China, and around the rest of the world. They're looking, it appears, to build up a group of influencers who will support China if the news in the West is appearing to be going against China. So, and as we know, China is umming and ahhing and thinking about invasions of Taiwan, and is particularly focused on um, restricting or eliminating even certain parts of its own population. There are various things that the Chinese Communist Party would not like the West to be talking about, and if they can get influencers to counter these things, all they've got to do is spread the seed of doubt, and it doesn't have to be a very large amount of it. And as we've seen from the pro-Palestinian rallies in throughout, well, certainly in the UK, in London, it is fairly easy to manipulate the truth to cause a great deal of disruption and confusion. So, yeah, worth being aware of this. It makes interesting reading. Um, uh, so if you are at all concerned about these things, I would definitely say this is an article that is worth having a look at. The research comes from Australia, so it is, in fact, it comes from the Australian Strategic Policy Institute. So it isn't just the opinion of a journalist. There is some actual research behind it. So just have a look at it. So that's all from me for today. I hope you have a good start to the week, and I'll speak to you all again.